WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Tommy Lopez. We have an update tonight on this cleanup effort that's going on after a major chemical spill in our area today. They are still trying to clear lanes of traffic. This tanker truck overturned this morning on I-22. It was carrying hydrogen peroxide, which is highly flammable. It had 4,000 gallons of it on board. This is in Union County near Myrtle. No one was injured, and there is not a threat to the public from any of this. Law enforcement members shut down the entire stretch of highway there between Glenfield and Myrtle. Caused a big traffic backup that started around 8 o'clock this morning. Crews pumped out what they could from inside that tanker, but around 1,500 gallons did spill out.
You know, this is a major thoroughfare. There's a lot of economics that are involved in this, and we're going to try to get this highway open as soon as possible for the citizens and the traveling public. But the only, if you want to call it bad thing, it landed right in the middle, so it's hard for us to try to open up one lane or another. If it went off on the other side, we could have opened up a lane, but it landed in a pretty tough spot to try to do something with traffic.
Traffic is moving again. There is one lane open in each direction. That's as of our last check tonight. A Monroe County man is in jail tonight in connection with the daytime robbery. Detectives have charged 30-year-old Calvin Brewer of Hamilton with armed robbery. They say he had a gun and held up the Creekstone Chevron on Highway 45 in Columbus. They believe it happened just before noon one day in April. A judge denied bond because he's already on probation with the State Corrections Department. Columbus police believe arrests today could bring an end to a burglary ring in the Golden Triangle area. Police arrested 5 people from West Point. Stefan Cox, Daquan McFarland, Savaris Pygram, those 3 are on your screen. Also Jasmine Weber and Janisha Cox. The oldest is 21 years old. Police say that there was a break-in on Sierra Court Tuesday morning. They think these 5 suspects could be involved in multiple burglaries throughout the area, including 2 in Audubon Cove and also in Columbus, 1 at the Falcon Layer Apartments. Columbus police have been talking with detectives in Starkville and West Point about these arrests. The number for Crime Stoppers is there on your screen. Police encourage anyone with any information to contact them. A Columbus woman is expected to plead guilty to health care fraud. Robin Gary Lowry waived indictment and admits that she took part in a pharmacy billing scheme. It cost Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama and a pharmacy benefits management firm $13 million. Lowry was working for Global Compounding Pharmacy. She admitted to getting a doctor, who is a close family member, to write prescriptions to people that the doctor had not treated or seen. Let's go to our weather tonight. Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson is in with us. Keith, you've been following some warm weather.
We are ensconced in this warm weather right now, Tommy, and another warm day tomorrow. Right now, look at that. That is the bright full moon shining overhead in Tupelo tonight, the full flower moon here. And you can see temperatures right now ranging from the low 60s in Louisville to the low 70s. Now, tomorrow, back into the mid-80s, variably cloudy, just like summer. Locally pretty warm across all of Mississippi and all of Alabama, pretty warm. Rain chances tomorrow night, though. More on that in just a few minutes.
I'm going to go Google the word ensconced after this show. Keith, thank you. Alcohol is on the table in Calhoun County, or at least it could literally be at some point soon. Town leaders in Bruce, Calhoun City, and Vardaman are opening public discussions on potentially legalizing alcohol. It's been a dry county for several years. People there have to leave the area to purchase and consume alcohol, and they're taking tax dollars with them when they do that. Some in the county would like to see that change.
The legislature passed a bill where the county seats could have alcohol, beer, and liquor. You know, since that's happened, one of my businesses here in town is hurting because now the same business in Pittsburgh can serve alcohol.
That first meeting is going to be tomorrow night, and that's going to be at Bruce's Town Hall. Work began today on a house that will eventually go to a family in need. The Columbus Lounge Habitat for Humanity kicked off its 10th annual Women Build event this morning. Women came out, volunteered their time, and got to work on what will be a new home. Organizers use this day to recruit new volunteers.
A lot of times women will come out on the job site and they feel intimidated because they don't feel like they know how to use the equipment. They may not feel like they fit in, and this just gives them the opportunity to just learn a little bit more about building and what the whole process is about.
The future owner of the house was there today helping out. And one of the other ladies on today's job site knows a thing or two about the change that a Habitat home can bring for a family. Our Jory Talley found out how the Starkville Habitat for Humanity helped her unlock the door to home ownership.
It is a terrific, outstanding, and marvelous feeling.
That's how Demetra Petty felt nearly 4 years ago, and how she still feels now.
I moved from a small bedroom trailer to a big 4-bedroom house that belonged to me in 20 years, no doubt. Flower bed, vegetable garden, basketball goal for the kids, or front, back, and both side yards for my kids. Speechless.
Petty's milestone of becoming a homeowner was the first one witnessed by Joel Downey, who heads up the Starkville Habitat program.
But really what's important is seeing how they take the house and how they raise their kids in the house. Like Demetra's got this beautiful little garden out front, and you know that really is more important to us, is what impact is she going to have 20 years down the road? What impact is it going to have on her kids?
Habitat is not a program with people getting a free house. It's a system to help you take the first step. The rest is up to you.
We have a interview and then a home visit to see how, you know, what condition she's really in. And then she's got to do the sweat equity and all of that kind of thing, taking 3 classes, 3 educational classes. And once she gets the house, she's got 20 years of mortgage to pay.
Petty went from having 2 bedrooms and 2 kids to having 4 bedrooms with 4 kids 4 years later, and says the memory for her children is overwhelming.
Having a child to even be able to even build on their own home, to even just stand up on the foundation and not know what it's going to be like, and even with him just being a child himself, that'll be a lifetime. I mean, he can talk about it since forever, and some children will not even know what it's like.
That's great to see. It can take 5 to 6 months for them to build those Habitat houses. The Starkville chapter builds 2 each year. The children in this classroom say that there's never a dull moment in this pre-K class, and that's what drives our Educator of the Week. Debbie Quinn teaches preschool at the Tibaha County Head Start. Quinn says it's important to get kids excited about school early, so among other things, she reads to her class 3 times a day. Seeing the children grow and learn, she says, gives her job purpose.
I let my children know that, first of all, I'm keeping them safe. Ms. Quinn will take care of you. I'm going to meet your needs. If there's anything you need, I want them to feel like they can come to me and say, well, Ms. Quinn, I don't feel good today. Or, Ms. Quinn, I had a wonderful weekend.
We'd also like to wish a happy birthday to Debbie Quinn. If you'd like to nominate a teacher, you can visit our website, WCBI.com. An area principal is taking the plunge for her students. Look at that. 3rd graders at Southside Elementary in West Point, they lined up and they took a shot at soaking their teacher. It's a dunking booth, and they looked very successful today. The event was a reward for these kids for passing their state reading tests this year.
Good day for the dunk tank with temperatures well into the mid and upper 80s. Here's that full moon rising right there in Tupelo tonight. We do have some rain chances in about 24 hours. The full forecast is next.
WCBI's Educator of the Week is brought to you by Food Giant, where your neighbors are the owners. Your first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
It's great to see you this evening. Check out the sunset here in Columbus. There it goes. Just a few clouds on the western horizon. Quite mild this evening. Hopefully you are out there taking advantage. And we are still pretty warm out there right now. That full moon shining overhead, you can see some of these wispy cirrus clouds there with our Alpha Insurance camera in downtown Columbus. And across the board here across North Mississippi and Alabama, well into the upper 60s and 70s. Check out Birmingham, still at 78 degrees at 10 o'clock at night. Now our forecast low tonight, as an average about 60, some passing high clouds. The wind is light. Some of you will dip into the upper 50s, other spots into the low 60s, so pretty tranquil tonight. And for Thursday, some sunshine, some clouds. We start out in the upper 60s at 8 o'clock, low 80s by noon, mid 80s again by late afternoon. So there you have it, perhaps a little bit cooler across the west, a little bit warmer across the east. We'll just see how it all shakes out. Right now, we have high pressure and firm control of our weather, keeping all the rain and storms at bay. We have this ring of fire effect, and that is just the periphery of this thing, giving rise to showers and storms. Now, those showers and storms are located where the moisture is in the atmosphere. You can see it right here. Now, this moisture to our west is going to be sliding our way later tomorrow, and we'll get in here Friday. So that's when our chance of rain is going to be. That will get out of here as we get into the weekend. So think sunshine, think nice weather again for your Saturday and Sunday. Here's Futurecast. You can see as we go through the night, no problems tomorrow. Some of those higher clouds, a mix of sun and clouds. Tomorrow evening we are dry. After midnight, there will be a complex of storms out to the west. Some of that will rumble on our way and then likely fizzle once it gets east of 55 or at least weaken. And then we'll have a few scattered showers and storms around on Friday, too. Now, the overall severe weather throughout tomorrow night and Friday, fairly low here across the board. We'll be watching out for a few stronger storms, perhaps. But at this point, it does not look like a major severe weather episode for us. That's certainly good news. We will take the rain, though. It is getting dry around here in many spots. So that's our main rain chance here going forward. Next week, we're back up to around 90 again.
Yeah, and by Saturday, we're going to be seeing lots of sunshine and the storms out of the way right in time for Mother's Day.
And if you have any outdoor plans this weekend, just like last weekend, should be fine.
Yeah. All right, Keith, thank you very much. There are some gold gloves on the line in Ridgeland. Some of our area teams are right in the thick of this playoff action. Robbie has his report coming up tonight. Stay with us. In tonight's Health Talk with Baptist, Baptist is talking about sleeping soundly.
Hello, I'm Leslie Albright, part of the respiratory therapy team at Baptist Memorial Hospital, Golden Triangle. I'd like to talk to you about sleep apnea. Are you losing sleep? Do you find it hard to get out of bed, or do you wake up feeling irritable and stressed? Do you often feel tired during the day? Does it take you more than 30 minutes to fall asleep at night? If you answered yes to these questions, you may have a sleep disorder that is affecting you in ways you don't realize. Common symptoms of sleep apnea include waking up with a very sore and dry throat, loud snoring, occasionally waking up with a choking or gasping sensation, sleepiness or lack of energy during the day, sleepiness while driving, morning headaches, restless sleep, forgetfulness, mood changes, and a decreased interest in sex, recurrent awakenings, or insomnia. If you or someone you know is experiencing any of these signs or symptoms, contact your physician. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist, when we will discuss evaluation and referral options for treatment of sleep apnea.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital, Golden Triangle.
Coming up, we recap the day in Ridgeland at the Fast Pitch State Championships. That's next in sports.
Here's WCBI Sports with Robbie Donahoe.
Day one of the Fast Pitch State Championships in the books as the Gold Glove awaits for 4 of our area teams hoping to win the state title. 3 of our area teams got started today down at Freedom Ridge Park in Ridgeland. We'll show you how it all happened day one. We start with Hamilton, the Lady Lions, taking on Bogachita in the 1A State Championship Series. Now, top 4, Hamilton's down 2-1. Faith Fontenot trying to get things going. Blooper, that's single, gets things started. And then Taylor Brock is up, and Taylor Brock is going yard. That's a 2-run shot to right as Hamilton goes in front 3-2, but on the bottom of the 7th would be Hamilton's undoing as Bogachita would rally to win in a walk-off 4-3. Game 2 is tomorrow at 4 p.m. Hamilton needs to win to stay alive for a shot at the state title. Over to Class 2A, Mantachie facing a very tough Taylorsville team, and it was a pitcher's duel in this one, and 8th grader Lindsey Barber, yes, 8th grader Lindsey Barber doing work on the circle. 10 strikeouts in the game for the Tatch. Taylorsville would take the lead, though, in the 6th right here as the ball is able to get down and left, so the Chargers take a 1-0 lead. McKinley Montgomery would step up and rip a liner for a single in the bottom half of the 6th, but the Tatch left restrained, could not get any runs on the board as Taylorsville wins 1-0 in Game 1. Game 2 is tomorrow at 6:30. And your defending 3A state champs from Moorville taking on Choctaw Central, and what a start for the Lady Troopers. In the 3rd, Hallie Donald, that's a 2-run shot to left, giving Moorville a 2-0 lead. And in the 6th, they would add on to their lead. The 2-1 game now. Abby McDonald going to rip a liner past short, so McDonald would eventually end up on 2nd after a bad throw to 1st. So 1 runner's on. Addison Biffle going to go back up the box. Shelby Phillips will score. Hallie Donald pitched a gem on the circle as Moorville wins 3-1. They are 1 win away from a back-to-back state title in Class 3A. We will have Tupelo tomorrow, Hamilton and Mantachie all playing. We will be there for you. Have highlights coming up tomorrow evening. To our Student Athlete of the Week now, A.J. Braden has had quite the career at TCPS on the diamond. He's got a state championship ring from last season, and now his team is once again running into Smithville in the North Half Final, which begins tomorrow night with a trip to Pearl on the line. Jonathan Flippo has more.
Senior catcher A.J. Bratton and the defending Class 1A state baseball champs are getting set to face a familiar foe in the North Half Finals. That team is the Smithville Seminoles.
They can hit the baseball real well, but it's a whole lot harder hitting the baseball coming from the sidearm angle. And honestly, they're not going to give up. Even if we jump out and score 10 runs, they're going to come back and find a way to score 10 and match us. We play our game, they play their game. It's going to be a good 7-inning ball game each game.
The Belhaven signee has played baseball since he was little, and his father, Bobby Bratton, has been his biggest fan. When Bratton was a year old, his father was diagnosed with brain cancer. Bobby had been to every game of AJ's career, but this year has been hard for the senior. His father has been in the hospital and hasn't been able to attend games like he's used to.
We didn't really have that father-son where he gets to throw to me in the batting cage, throw football with me and stuff, but the things he's taught me is stuff that most people don't understand. Most people don't get that until they're older in life, and he's honestly a role model for me. I mean, he's had such a tough life, and I'm having a blessing just being healthy.
Bratton's leadership is a key piece for the Eagles' success. Coach Will Lowry and teammate Easton Hood knows what he can bring to the table.
The fact that he's grown into such a leader and he's become so much more positive and such a role model for these guys, he understands it's not life or death when you make mistakes.
He's been real crucial for us in this playoff run so far, and AJ's a great person. I mean, he may not say a lot, but he leads with his actions.
I want to lead the younger guys, show them how to play the game the right way, don't play dirty, just come out here each day, play it like it's your last, because you never know when this could be your last day stepping on this field.
TCPS will travel to Smithville on Thursday for Game 1 of the North Half Finals. In Tupelo, I'm Jonathan Flippo with WCBI Sports.
WCBI Student Athlete of the Week with Jonathan Flippo is brought to you by C Spire Wireless.
All right, thank you very much, Jonathan. Two other things real quick. Ole Miss took down Mississippi State in the SEC softball tournament earlier today, 2-1. The Rebels will advance to face the 1-seed Florida coming up tomorrow afternoon. And Chad Kelly, the Ole Miss quarterback who was picked by the Denver Broncos in this year's NFL draft, has signed a 4-year deal, according to a report out of Denver, a $65,000 signing bonus. Now, his salary is not yet known, but he's going to have a good chance to fight it out with Trevor Siemian and Paxton Lynch for that starting job in Denver going into training camp. That's it for sports. We'll get a last look at your forecast when we come back.
Mid-80s tomorrow, some rain chances tomorrow night into Friday. Some of those storms, we'll be watching out for the potential for a little bit of strong activity, but not a lot. So that's certainly good news for us. Great weather for the weekend.
Yeah, clearing out, and there's so much sunshine this weekend.
Just like last weekend,
yeah.
no complaints.
Exactly. Keith, thank you. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.